student, welcome to my second lecture of valence bond theory. So in earlier lecture, we have seen what are the assumption, what is the necessity, why this theory arises. So now in this lecture, we will see how this theory is helpful while determining its magnetic behavior, then the structure or hybridization of the complex. So very first we will see the structure or hybridization of the tetrahedral complexes. So in tetrahedral complexes, these complexes were formed by the sp3 hybridization of the metal atom or ion. Okay, so tetrahedral complexes are generally sp3 hybridization are there, and these are the formed by the sp3 hybridization of the metal atom or ion. So in exam, the question may be asked like this way, that explain why tetrachloronickelate second ion is paramagnetic, or explain the hybridization of NiCl4 2 minus complex. So like this way the question may be asked, whether they will ask explain the paramagnetic nature or explain the hybridization of the tetrachloronickelate second ion complex. So we will see how to write the hybridization or how to explain. So whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. So we have already seen the definition of paramagnetic are those have a unpaired electron, and those unpaired electron get attracted by the magnetic field. So these are called as paramagnetic. If they are having a paired electron, at that time the complex is called as diamagnetic, and they were repelled by the magnetic field. So we will see how to explain this complex is whether paramagnetic or is hybridization. Okay, so first, starting very slowly, we will go one by one. So first of all, we should know the atomic number of the nickel central metal ion. So here it is nickel. Okay, so this nickel is there, nickel is belongs to the first transition series, and we know that is, I already told you, the scandium titanium skirti vakraman fekoni kuzan. Okay, so you can write or you can remember this in short form, and we know that is atomic number starting from 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So here it is the nickel. Okay, so nickel having atomic number 28. So you will see how to uh, calculate the paramagnetic nature, or whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. So very first stage is we should know the metals atomic number. Okay, so here it is. Now here the atomic number of nickel is 28. So the atomic number of nickel is 28. Then we should know, or we have to write it the its electronic configuration, its ground state electronic configuration. So we can write like this way. So electronic configuration of the nickel at ground state is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and 3d8. So these are the valence electrons, this 4s2 and 3d8. So these electrons were involved in the hybridization or involved in the bond formation. So the outermost electron or outermost shell electron are very much important for the formation of a bond, for acceptance or donation of the electron. So here nickel having atomic number 28. Then here is the electronic configuration 4s2 3d8. That is the outermost electronic configuration of the nickel. Okay. Then next one. So in this complex, so this is nickel. So this is in this nickel complex, we know the oxidation state of nickel atom. So always remember, while forming a complex, the metal, it loses its electron. While forming a complex, it loses the electron. Okay, may or may loses. Okay, in some complexes it did not loses the electron, but most of the time it loses its electron, and at that time the metal having a plus oxidation state. So here in this complex, while forming a tetrachloronickelate, the oxidation state of nickel is +2. So it loses the 2 electron, and so the nickel is in +2 oxidation state. So that means it loses this outermost 4s2 electron. Okay, so now if it is in a +2 oxidation state, that means the electronic configuration of the nickel +2 is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, this 4s2. Now see here, it will become 0. The reason is that while forming a bond or while forming a complex, the metal, center metal ion nickel, it loses the electron. How many electrons? 2 electrons. Okay, so it loses 2 electrons. So the charge on the nickel is +2. So the +2 charges that leads to the loss of electron from the nickel. So now at ground state, nickel have 28 electrons, but after forming a complex, it loses 2 electron. So the electronic configuration will become 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s0. Okay, in ground state, it will be 4s2, 3d8, but here in this 4s0, 3d8. Okay, so this is the electronic configuration of the nickel in +2 oxidation state. Okay, so next we will see how the molecular orbital or hybrid orbital are involved to form a bond. So now we have the this here is this electronic configuration of Ni2 plus, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s0 and 3d8. So in d orbital, how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. So how the arrangement of this electron is there? So this is the electronic arrangement, that is nickel atom having 3d8, 4s2, 4p0. So this is the ground state electronic configuration. Okay, so this is the ground state electronic configuration, in which we can still see here 3d8, 8 electron, then this 4s2. Okay, this is the ground state electron. But we know while forming a tetrachloronickel at second complex, the nickel's oxidation state is +2. So this 2 electron, it loses, the nickel loses this 2 electron. So the electronic configuration will of nickel 2 plus ion. See here, it is nickel. Okay, at ground state. Now here it is Ni2 plus. So the electron will loses from the 4s orbital, outermost orbital. So 3d8 remaining as it is, 4s0, 4p0. Okay, so the 3d8 8 electrons arranged like this way. Then 4s, now this is the vacant or empty orbital. 4s orbital become vacant or empty orbital while forming a tetrachloronickelate chloro complex. Okay, so at that time, and the pure p is also empty. So now Ni2 plus ion in NiCl4 2 minus, how will be the hybridization is takes place? We can see here now. Now see how many total vacant orbitals are there? One from the s orbital, correct? See here, this s orbital, vacant orbital, s orbital is there. Okay, this is one orbital. Then how many p orbital are there? This is p orbital is 1 2 3. Okay, one s orbital and 3 p orbital are there. Okay, so these are the now empty. And d orbital, dx square minus y square and dz square. Okay, dx square minus y square and this is dz square, having a single or unpaired electron in their orbital. So the what how the hybridization is takes place, how the chlorine donate their lone pair of electron and forms a complex. So this is how the hybridization is takes place. So see here, so this is 3d8 electron. Okay, this d orbital, d electron having a 8 electron, then this s orbital, then again this 3p. So in this vacant orbital, atomic orbital of the nickel, chlorine donates the lone pair of electron and forms a bond. And you can see here, so the bond is formed between the nickel and chlorine by donation of the lone pair of electron. And while forming a complex, here can you see any unpaired of electron? Yes, here it is. Okay, here it is, you can see the unpaired electron. So the total number of unpaired electron is 2. 2 unpaired electron is present in this complex. So the as we have seen that 2 unpaired electron is present. So the observed magnetic moment of the complex is 2.95 Bohr magneton. Okay, this is BM. It is the unit which is used for the magnetic moment. When we calculate magnetic moment, is unit is Bohr magneton. So the two unpaired electron leads to the complex magnetic moment is 2.95 Bohr magneton. Okay, and when the calculated magnetic moment of the complex is 2.82 Bohr magneton. So this is 2.95 Bohr magneton and 2.82 Bohr magneton. These are the interrelated or very close to each other. So the observed and calculated are in very much equal, approximate equal. So Bohr magneton or magnetic moment can be calculated by the formula square root of n plus 2. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the Bohr magneton or magnetic moment. So what is n? Okay, so n is number of unpaired electron. Okay, so how many number of unpaired electron in earlier complex, that is NiCl4 2 minus. So number of unpaired electron is 2. So you can calculate magnetic moment is equal to square root of n in bracket n plus 2. Okay, so here we can say we can calculate for the above complex, that is NiCl for 2 minus, how many unpaired electron? 2. 2 plus 2. Okay, then again square root of 4, that means square root of 8, and that is equal to the 2.82. This is how the calculated 2.82 Bohr magneton is solution, and the observed is 2.95 Bohr magneton. So these are approximate equal. So this is how we can calculate the Bohr magnetic or magnetic moment of any complex. So these two values are very close, 2.95 and 2.82. So this shows that the complex ion has how many unpaired electron? 2 unpaired electrons, and if it have a unpaired electron, the complex will become paramagnetic. Okay, so always remember, whenever the complex having an unpaired electron, at that time the complex will be paramagnetic. If it having all the electrons paired, so at that time the complex will be yes, complex will be diamagnetic. Okay, so the sp3 hybridization suggests the tetrahedral geometry of the complex. So this is how the sp hybridization is takes place, and if it is sp3 hybridization, the geometry of the structure or complex will be the tetrahedral geometry. Okay, then we will see the another example, that is how manganese chloride forms a complex. So in exam again same question is explained. Okay, explain the MnCl4 2 minus is paramagnetic in nature, or explain MnCl4 2 minus is what we can say that it is sp3 hybridized or its geometry is tetrahedral. So we have to just, they will ask explain the MnCl4 2 minus hybridization. This is also the question they may be asked. Okay, so how to write this questions answer? So very first we should know the atomic number of that manganese. Okay, so atomic number of manganese is 25. Okay, already we have seen the first transition series Skati Vakraman Fekoni Kusan. Okay, manganese having a 25. It is, so if it is 25, the electronic configuration at ground state of the manganese is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 4s2 3d5. So this is the most important, that is 4s2 3d5. Now see, in this complex MnCl4 2 minus, the manganese in which oxidation state? Okay, for that we know the formula, that how to calculate the oxidation state of the any metal in a given complex. Okay, so here it is considered as X plus minus 4, and charge on the complex is minus 2. So X minus 4 is equal to minus 2. So X is equal to minus 2 plus 4, X is equal to plus 2. So the manganese oxidation state of manganese is plus 2. So the if it is plus 2, that means while forming a complex it loses how many electron? 2 electron. While forming MnCl for 2 minus, it loses a 2 electron. So what will be the oxidation state of complex manganese in this complex is plus 2. So what will be the electronic configuration of Mn2 plus? Yes, it loses 2 electron in s orbital. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s0 and 3d5. This is what is the electronic configuration of manganese in plus 2 oxidation state. Okay, so you will see how the hybridization or how the chlorine donate the lone pair of electron from its atomic orbital to the vacant empty orbital of the metal atom. Okay, so always remember while forming a complex there is a two condition. Okay, at a valence bond theory stated that the metal atom should have vacant empty atomic orbital, vacant empty orbital, and ligand should have a filled atomic orbital, filled atomic orbital. So the filled atomic orbital of ligand will donate the lone pair of electron to the vacant empty orbital of the metal, vacant empty orbital of the metal. So how will the bonding will take place? We will see one by one. That is manganese at a ground state, its electronic configuration is 3d5 4s2. Okay, so see how the electrons were arranged. All the 5 electrons are singly occupied according to the which rule? Hund's rule. Okay, singly occupied in each orbital. Okay, and this 4s2 is paired. So this is the ground state. Okay, again this is the ground state electronic configuration. Okay, now what about the its electronic configuration in oxidation state having a plus 2? If manganese having a plus 2 oxidation state, that means the 4s2 electron, the electron present in 4s orbital, it loses while forming a complex with chlorine. So the oxidation state of manganese in this complex is plus 2. So the electronic configuration is 3d5 4s0 4p0. So this is how the electrons were arranged. The all the 5 electrons in the d orbital is singly occupied 1 1 1, and the 4s orbital, this is the vacant. Okay, now see, already earlier 2 electrons are there, but now only but on but now there is no electron. The reason is that it loses the 2 electron while forming a complex. So now this 4s orbital is completely vacant, and again the 4p orbital is also completely vacant. So now what will happen? The chlorine will donate the lone pair of electron to the empty vacant orbital atomic orbital of the manganese. So how the electron will donate it? Now see here in this 3d5, the 5 single unpaired electron, then chlorine will donate the lone pair of electron in this s orbital and this 3p orbital. Okay, one s orbital is there and 3p orbital, 1s and 3p, that is hybridization is sp3, hybridization is there. And now again, how many unpaired electrons are there? See how many unpaired electrons are there? Total 5 unpaired electrons are there. If it is the case 5 unpaired electron, that means the compound is unpaired, sorry, paramagnetic. Okay, the compound is paramagnetic. So we can, the observed magnetic moment of the complex is 5.95 Bohr magneton. So this is what is the observed magnetic moment of the complex, and the calculated magnetic moment of the complex is 5.92 Bohr magneton. So this is our exactly or approximately exactly equal to the near about observed and calculated values are exactly matches. So we have already seen how to calculate the Bohr magnetic or magnetic moment of the any complex. So this is the formula, that is square root of n into n plus 2. So this is the formula by which we can calculate the magnetic moment of the any complex. So here n is equal to number of unpaired electron. Okay, so the how many number unpaired electron in the complex MnCl4, we have seen here MnCl4 2 minus. Total number of unpaired electron, total unpaired electron is 5. Yes, okay, 3d5. So the these two values are very close to each other. So this shows that the complex has 5 unpaired electrons and it is paramagnetic. Okay, so this shows that the complex ion has 5 unpaired electrons and it is paramagnetic, and the complex in which hybridization it it forms sp3 hybridization, and the sp3 hybridization is there. So this suggests that the complex geometry is tetrahedral. Okay, so this is how the complex is formed, or in exam they can ask you whether this complex is paramagnetic, this complex is diamagnetic, or explain the hybridization, or how you can explain on the basis of hybridization theory that this complex having sp3 hybridization, or this is, or having a paramagnetic nature or diamagnetic nature. So such type of questions may be asked in the examination. Okay, so this is about the tetrahedral complexes. Okay, so we will stop here. Thank you.